Hello, baggage handler fans. I'm Kevin Ripa, and this is my Sans 3 Minutes Max. In this episode, we're going to start looking at some of the different security layers or features of the average Apple system. And this is MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, any of the Apple computers. Now, we're looking mainly from computers made in the last 2 or 3 years and newer operating systems, but we may delve into some of the older systems because we do come across them from time to time. And the first layer I want to talk about is the login screen. We can see here the login screen for an Apple computer, and where it says enter password, of course, you would need to enter a password. That is, unless you have Touch ID, and newer computers have a Touch ID. Well, obviously, if you don't have the user's fingerprints, you're going to need the password. And this is the same with many of the newer Apple products. Anything after 2018, you must have the password or you go no further. That is the end of your endeavor. The next layer of security that I want to talk about is File Vault. Now, File Vault is Apple's equivalent of BitLocker. Now, we want to know whether File Vault is on or not. And because we see Apple computers on most of the time when we get to them, Apple computers are shut off much less than Windows computers, we're almost always going to be dealing with a live system. So we're going to have to interact with that live system, and we're going to have to see what state things are in. So now let's have a look at an Apple live system. Here we have the live system, and we're going to go to the little Apple symbol in the top left-hand corner. You're going to see that very often. And a lot of the things that we do when we're setting up to do something, we're going to start with this Apple symbol. Go to the Apple symbol and click on System Preferences. In System Preferences, we see a number of options open up, and we'll talk about those at another time, but I'm interested in security and privacy. So we click on Security and Privacy, and we see 4 tabs: General, File Vault, Firewall, and Privacy. The one I'm most interested in for this purpose is File Vault. Once we highlight File Vault, we can see File Vault is turned on for the Disk Macintosh HD. Now, sometimes it's going to be off, but that's on the older systems. File Vault is on by default on all of the newer Apple products, at least from Catalina and newer. And there's different ways that it's deployed, but it's almost always going to be on. Always a good idea, though, to check this and take a picture of it. In the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another episode of 3 Minutes Max.